It's a Vanda update. It's that time. That's too bright. Some sunglasses on there. Nope, doesn't help much. I've lost a lot of buds this year. This guy held on. It was a short bloom. Spike only lasted a few weeks, but the conditions out here are, you know, subpar from ideal, I'd say. So could be much worse. My Pachara only held on to one flower. Just one. I can't quite reach it. There's a lot of bud blasting this winter. Bugs. And I'm going to attribute that to lack of air circulation and humidity struggles, despite this, which was supposed to help with humidity, and it did. But I was having trouble keeping it consistent, because when it would get cold outside, it'd get hard to heat things in here, and when it's hard to heat things in here, it's really hard to heat things in there. So, it is what it is. I know... I believe I lost a spike from you. Nope, not you. Down here in Signy's. Candy Gold hybrid. Bud blasted. And then I had a bud blast over here as well. And my Pachara also. This did not bud blast. This is the Seraporn, which I really like this Vanda because I've just noticed it can take a lot more sun than some of my others, so I have more flexibility as to where I hang it. But its roots look like crap. I think that was a shipping issue. They're starting to bounce back. And so not being able to take up the proper nutrients probably had something to do with why it lost its flowers so quickly. And then most of the moats I got that had some spots on them from shipping, those are clearing up really, really well. This Bangkok Sunset was just riddled in spots, Syrincoids, and it's doing much better. It's got some new growth tips on the roots, which is always fantastic. And then this is the one I was most worried about. This is not from moats, but it showed up with what looked like, and I'd say that it was, the Thai black spot disease. And that is when you get these little kind of diamond-shaped blurs, because it's not focusing, that have this light-colored center, and you can feel them. They have a texture to them. It's clearing up really well. It was covered, and you can see where they're starting to fade. As far as treatments go, when you're dealing with viruses, I mean, I don't know for sure with orchids. I know with palms and viruses, that's a sad story for another time. You have to inject, and then you need antivirals, which means you need a DEA number, which I don't have. Not yet. Maybe someday, when I'm done with school, or if things go accordingly in school. But yeah, it's looking much better. I have been watering this with a mixture of Fertilome, Super Thrive, Fertilome spotting soil, to help boost its immunity, and I have been using a vitamin C tincture, along with a calcium ion additive that's usually used in hydroponic gardening, but diluted well enough it works for this. And the whole point of the calcium ion and the silica, which I also use the silica, and the vitamin C, is that it helps a lot with boosting immunity, so it would help it fight off the disease. And I mean, it seems to be working. Still doesn't look perfect, but it's coming along for sure. It's been probably a good 2 months, so fingers crossed that it continues to work. I don't think anything else is in spike except for down here. I have wanted this Vanda for years, and I was so happy when I got it to find that there was a tiny, teeny, tiny little nub of a bud in there. And it opened up for me a couple days ago. This is a hybrid, a cross between the Renanthera storii and I believe St. Valentine. Vanda, you turn? Can I turn you? Or is that going to cause problems? It's causing problems. I really like the color on here. It's very sunsetty and bright, which is what I'm all about. Oh, I didn't even see you. Hi. Look at you hanging out down there. This is my favorite, one of my favorite Vandas, probably. Partially because it has the vigorous growth, kind of like from a Renanthera. Vandas are pretty vigorous in general, but it's just very sturdy and not too finicky. I did lose a bud in here, and I believe there was one other that fell off, but so far it's holding up better than the majority of anything else. I'd purchased some Vandas that were already in bloom and they held on to them fine, but getting them to go into spike this winter and spring was a challenge because the conditions just weren't stable enough. But I'm happy just to have a place to keep my Vandas. In the past I couldn't keep them in the house, they're just too big. Not this many, at least. So, yeah. Quick update, I've been busy. It's about the best I can do for now, but lovely Vanda. Love it.